everybody, this is the one and only here on the YouTube, Heavy Metal 95 here. Once again, we got a CD update, which we're going to be doing that I haven't done in a first time the very first time, like, in quite a while, obviously, because last time we're going to take a look back on the Kiss albums on there, on my most recent CD update I did a while back. This time, we're going to be taking a look at a couple of these on CD, because I'm going to exclude the compilation album one, but this time we're going to take a look at a couple of the albums from AC/DC, one of my favorite classic rock bands. So, there's only like 2 CDs, and I'm going to explain to you for the fact for this, because I just wanted to let you all know, because I haven't done a CD update video in a while, just so I can give you the word for this as well. Sorry if I was a little tired, because I haven't gotten anything just yet, but yeah. And all I gotta say is this, because we're gonna be talking about this as well, because we're going to be showcasing these, even though I've already done, like, album reviews on a couple of AC/DC's albums, way back in the years as well. So, there's going to be a long discussion about this before we finish off the video, because, just to give you a word as well. Yep. Sorry if I was a little tired. So, the first one we're going to start off with on the CD I got here is High Voltage. This is the international release version of the third album from AC/DC. However, there are only a couple of, like, probably the earlier albums that were released in Australia, such as the High Voltage original album, which was released in Australia, and their second album, TNT, on there, which I'm guessing those are from these albums on there that ended up on this album, because I didn't know for the fact. So this is in a Digipack CD as well, because I'm just going to take the disc out here. So there you have it. Here's the artwork on that one. It's this one. Yeah. Oh, I'll get that CD as well. Because, for those who haven't noticed, this is obviously my very first AC/DC album I have ever bought, or ever got, along with Back in Black. Here is this one. Yeah, that's the one that I'm telling you about. The first 2 that were only released in Australia, including the first 2 albums as well. So, normally, though, on my old album review on AC/DC's High Voltage album, way back in the year, I just wanted to do a video on that, because I always kept remembering how I looked back on doing this, because that's the real reason I had to come by for this, because there's some of these pictures of the band as well, because I'm just going to show you as well. Yeah, can't get enough good pictures on here, because that's the real reason I've wanted to show you for what I found as well. Yeah, it's this one. From now that I remember, because there's a little information history about how this was the first American album, High Voltage, which is the third album of AC/DC, being released on the charts. According to what Rolling Stone magazine had a lot to explain about this one. Yep. Sorry if I was tired, because I just wanted to do a video like this, because I haven't done any videos like this one, because here's some pictures of the band as well, because that's there's some of the information on here, especially like this, if you didn't notice. Feel free to pause if you want to read if you like as well. If you want to get better quality though. And there's some more information about this on there as well. Yeah, I just wanted to... Oh! Feel free to, if you pause this, also the same with that, if you like. So, it's just that I wanted to come by on that. Yeah, there's a lot of pictures on here because I didn't know about this because I have listened to this album like maybe 3 or 4 or 5 times as well. Yeah, because now that I remembered. Yeah, here's the picture as well. Yeah. This was one of the AC/DC remasters on CD because I didn't know about that until now because I have listened to this album before from what I remember. Because, like I said, I'm here to be only showing you the studio albums, not the compilation albums, but just the studio albums. Like, and here, another AC/DC album I have right here is Back in Black. This was their first album to feature Brian Johnson after Bon Scott died. So that's how, this is the very first album to release with their new vocalist, Brian Johnson, who joined the band AC/DC. For those who haven't wondered if you ever learned the history about AC/DC. Most of the songs that ended up appearing on, like, the compilation AC/DC's Who Made Who, which is the song You Shook Me All Night Long, that is right off of this album, ended up appearing in the compilation. Here's the images on there. Because even though I've already done an album review a while back, way back in the years as well, just so I can give you what I remember. And here's the image on here. Yeah, it's this one. There's also a booklet, because I'm just going to show you the pictures on here, because I have owned this album, and this is by far one of the classic albums from AC/DC, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm just going to show you like this one as well. And there's some more on there, because I'm just going to, in the exact same way, have this as well. However, there's a real reason to come by. They added it into the CD booklet on there. And yes, this has the poster of the Monsters of Rock tour when AC/DC was on tour with Slade, Whitesnake, and Blackfoot. Many of those bands that were on tour with AC/DC at the time as well. Yeah, if you all don't noticed as well. Because I just have wanted to come by. This album hits #1. Oh yeah, they put that in there in this booklet as well, because I just wanted to come by to this one. Yep. Excuse me. So, here's the images on there. Yeah, there's the vocalist of it, because this was after Bon Scott died as well. After AC/DC did their last album with Bon Scott, Highway to Hell, back in 1979, which is a year before AC/DC released their album Back in Black as well. Yeah, there's some images on here, which I didn't know about that, and here's that, because this is by far another greatest album from AC/DC, in my opinion, because I just wanted to come by for the music of AC/DC, because there's some good songs on each of the albums of AC/DC I have right here, because now that I think of it, because, let's see, like, there's some good songs right off of the albums. we're talking about how I've been covering some before as well. There's some good songs on here, like on High Voltage, like It's a Long Way to the Top, If You Want to Rock and Roll, TNT, High Voltage, The Jack, Livewire. This is a killer record because I have never thought about this. So, to anyone who hasn't known, on my old album review on AC/DC's High Voltage, way back in the years, I have reviewed this album from whenever I looked back on doing this as well. And also, on my old rock song history video that I've done, like, the most recent one that I covered, which was their debut song, Can I Sit Next to You Girl, which is ended up on this album. Feel free to check out if you haven't seen the video, because that's from whenever I now remembered. And however, same goes for, there's some good songs on this album, like AC/DC's Back in Black. Let's see, there's some good songs, like Hell's Bells, Shoot to Thrill, the title song, Back in Black, Given the Dog a Bone, You Shook Me All Night Long, Rock and Roll, Ain't Noise Pollution. This is a classic album, in my opinion, because I just never thought about it, because I have listened to this album many times back in like 2014, because I had listened to both of these albums, which I keep having all these memories all come back to me, because I have looked back when I first listened to it on my CD player, like way back in the day, because that's the reason, because I have covered most songs from AC/DC. If you want me to cover some songs for the next Rock Song History, I should cover each songs from their albums on Rock Song History. Like, I'll cover TNT, You Shook Me All Night Long, Shoot to Thrill, It's a Long Way to the Top, If You Want to Rock and Roll. We're going to be covering some songs from AC/DC for the next Rock Song History videos. Like I had to deal with Kiss for a while. We're going to have to... But this time, I'm going to be covering some more songs from AC/DC at some point, which I'm going to do it right off of their albums right here, because that's the reason that AC/DC is one of my favorite bands, aside from Kiss, from whenever I now remembered. Now that you think of it, because I just wanted to do a little CD update like this, I don't have any more albums from AC/DC, but one of these days I will do one at some point, because I will get more of them for the most part as well, because you can't go wrong with AC/DC, because they're one of my all-time favorite classic rock bands as well. Because I have to get the good reason for this, because I just wanted to pick their songs for the Rock Song History videos. Yep. Come to think of it, maybe I will cover some Rock Song History videos on AC/DC. Because, as a matter of fact, we're going to be doing Rock Song History videos on some songs from AC/DC. Kind of like how I did with Kiss for songs for a while. So we're going to be covering some AC/DC songs, just like how I did with my previous video. So that's going to be it for my video for today. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel, especially if you're new to the channel. Smack the like button if you enjoyed the video. Hit the notifications bell button for more surprises if you miss anything new. Be sure to check out my Rock Song History and Metal Song History. Leave a comment in the comment section below. And that's all I have what I got for today, because we're running out of time. So yeah. This is Heavy Metal 95 signing off. Thank you for watching my video. I'm glad you liked it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you soon for the next video. Be sure to stay safe and stay healthy. Hope you all have a great day. Take care. Goodbye for now.